Hello, we're back at the Butts, and today I'll do a bit of a more detailed covering of the Javanese draws or finger locks, and we'll actually delve a bit into the realm of discussion in the latter part of this video. If you think that you already got the picture of the Javanese draws from my previous episodes, you kind of skip right away through the discussions. I'm kind of repeating myself in this episode, but yeah, I think it's necessary to make a dedicated video to finger locks and draws. So, if you read the archery works or works referencing Javanese archery by old anthropologists from foreign lands, mostly Dutch, maybe, or English or American anthropologists. They're mostly available on archerylibrary.com, and thanks to Peter Decker in Mandarin Mansion, there's a very good resource from 1891. They would say that the Javanese use a pinch draw, and I see it as not even a half truth, a quarter truth, because if he's referring, or those old anthropologists are referring to Javanese speaking people in Java, then it would, the pinch draw or the primary release would be the minority, in fact, from older documents and also accounts from older people and also elderly archers that still shoot today. While if they're talking about people in Java in general, then maybe it's a half truth. So, yeah. So the draw goes as follows. It's called Jentot. So Jentot is literally pinching. So all of these words are pinching. That's why I think they don't really read between the lines. These old anthropologists is that they forgot that the Javanese language has many words for pinch. Jentot is the act of pinching. I'll do it on my cheeks. Pinching like that. That is Jentot. So it's pinching roughly over a small surface area. That's Jentot. Yeah. This is your standard pinch draw. It's a smooth release, but not much to be said. I don't really go or pulled into that draw, if you will, pun intended, because it's very prone to early release, and it really strains your fingers, even on a 25-pounder like this. The other draw. Oh, and before going deeper, the Sanskrit Dhanurveda also mentions a draw like Jentot called Kakatundi, and it's not really a surprise considering many parts of modern day Indonesia were heavily Hinduized. It's not really colonized by Indians or anything, but very close, have a very close relationship with India in the distant past. The second draw is called Jiwit. Jiwit is pinching with medium force. It's also the all-round word for pinch in Javanese. It's over a bigger surface area and maybe less force. It's done like this. You take the tips of your two fingers there, secure it with your thumb. Now, the last two releases of the three main releases, the mark of a smooth release, says my mentor. I'm not an expert, okay, but I'm trying to be as comprehensive as possible information, is that when you release, your fingers don't open. In fact, they contract. So I'll demonstrate that while or at least I'll try to demonstrate that while telling you about the third draw. It's Jumpot. It's almost no difference to Njiwit. There's a very slight difference. So it's better seen from that perspective, from the perspective of the camera. This is when I perform Jiwit. See where my ankles are angled, and this is when I perform Jumpot. There. See, this is Jiwit, this is Jumpot. So it's a lot like those depictions of Assyrians you see. So let's shoot that and try to demonstrate a clean release. Yeah. I haven't moved my hands at all. That's the mark of a clean release, says my mentor, but I'm not really good. I'm not a really good archer. So now we're going a bit into the discussion part of the video. The Danurveda also mentions Jiwit and Jumpot. I've been in contact with one of the authorities in modern day Danurveda or Danurved reconstruction, Mr. Jasminder Singh. He's a great archer. Shout out to him. Where it's called the Triambaka Musti, if I remember correctly, where it's believed to be the draw of Shiva. It's done like that. Of course, with the bow while standing up, can also be done. But the main point of where I want to delve into the realm of discussion really is on Byzantine archery, actually. You see, I also really like Byzantine archery or Roman archery. And I've read Syrianos' manual. And of course, there's this mention of the thumb upon index finger draw. And many have theorized on what it is. Bucellarius has addressed this, and I'm sorry if I misrepresent any of your points, but I would say that there's a stronger educated guess that Syrianus is actually referring to the Triambaka Musti. Why? Well, Syrianus talks a lot about strain on the fingers, and I'll pull my heavier poundage bow. It's about 18 pounds heavier than this. And I'm very rusty with this bow. This used to be my regular training bow until I shifted to the classical design, even though this is also historical design for Javanese bows. So from my personal experience, when I'm strained shooting the three fingers, when I move here, I cannot really feel the blisters on my distal joints because I'm pulling with the tip, and vice versa. Sometimes I shift it around. I start the training with the Triambaka Musti or the Jiwet and Jumpot draw, and then my fingers, you can actually see a bit of blistering on my index finger, become really painful, and I change to the normal three fingers draw, or the Ekalawiya Musti if we want to use Danurveda terms. And despite using the same fingers, I don't really feel the pain of a particular part of the finger when I shift my draw, my finger lock, if you will. And that is interesting because what I've seen so far, without trying to sound like I'm complaining, the discussion has always been on the deeper joint or distal joint. What about this joint? So yeah, I've also contacted Ridragon about this, and he also came into the same educated guess. I wouldn't say conclusion because, of course, with historical archery, with artwork, and also vague or ambiguous or very brief historical accounts, you cannot really make definite guesses. So yeah, that's where I try to roll the discussion ball, the discussion snowball, and I hope to hear what you guys have to say about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'm very open to criticism, and I hope to learn from the criticisms I've received. Next episode, we'll be diving deeper into Javanese jemparingan kasapuan, or older style of target archery, uh, particularly on sitting stance. This has been Gibran, signing out.